my doctor did not want me to do the testosterone test. Why is that?
People hear testosterone, they think you're a gangster from Wyoming. This is like this old approach. And also doctors are following that. Not many doctors in a crew of progressive doctors. So testosterone is wrong, is bad, it's steroids. And this is totally not about that. Lower testosterone brings a lot of depression, brings a lot of like fat releasement in the body, gain fat much faster, you have more female hormones inside. Generally, your quality of life goes down.
The problem with this testosterone conversation is there's a shitload of information on the internet, and even if you want to research it, you get lost. So why do you think these guys are on juice and they are just lying to us or not admitting?
Because it's kind of cheating, right?
It's great.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you're not bad. Your testosterone is very high right now, so
really
out of range other way.
No
than
way.
You were afraid of. So
hello and welcome to Warsaw Confidential, Poland's #1 podcast in English. I am your host KAMAL JAHID, and today my guest is Przemek Wasak. Przemek is a certified personal trainer and a leading expert in the field of supplementation and performance enhancement. And I gotta be honest, I am slowly and gracefully, if I may, approaching my 40 next year, and the conversation about testosterone started to arise. And I remember this conversation with my ex-partner back in the days, back in 2020, when everyone was going through depression and bad times. She asked me that to check my testosterone level because I wasn't me. I guess I wasn't satisfying, if I may. This is an honest show, so I'm being honest with you guys. And it opened up this infamous or famous Pandora box. I was like, why am I even asked this question? Why should I check my testosterone? Why should I replace it, enhance it? So guys, this is going to be a very interesting conversation. I'm very excited to get finally the answers I deserve, every man deserves, and woman deserve as well. And I invite you to watch the show or listen to it with an open mind and open heart. Thank you so much for supporting our show. Please enjoy this episode. This show is brought to you by Meknes, a brand I created to celebrate Moroccan craftsmanship, heritage, and now argan oil. Did you know Morocco is the only place in the world where you will find pure premium argan oil, a true liquid gold that's been our little secret for centuries. I use it for everything, hair, skin, and beard. I love it, and I know you will too. Meknes has brought the finest argan oil straight from Morocco, crafted into a collection of cosmetics that work. No fillers, just the best nature has to offer. Check out meknes.com, use the code MEKNES15 and enjoy 15% off your purchase and experience Morocco's beauty secret, because great hair or skin or beard shouldn't be a secret anymore. Przemek, welcome to the show.
thanks a lot.
So I'm going to start with a very basic question, which is not very basic. So be careful how you answer that.
Let's see.
Who are you? What do you do? And why does it matter?
Why does it matter? Maybe I'll start from that. I change people's lives and I try to do it the best I can. And I'm a trainer and I advise with supplementation. I do the whole journey with starting the beginning of the training, going through the first steps. I do the blood tests. I mean, I'm not myself, but I advise to do blood tests with the proper medical care. And based on that, we have better results later on training. Then we supplement, then we do the best of ourselves to deliver the results to the client who comes, right? So this is my journey with the client from the beginning till the end, and I usually stay with them for a very long time.
I see. I remember you were telling me to do this blood test, and I actually finally did them, so we could experiment with that. We could, explore these live, but we'll see. So when I actually had here our common friend Michał from KickFit, we briefly touched on the topic of TRT, the testosterone and what do you call it? TRT, testosterone
Replacement
therapy, replacement. That's whatever. Thank you. And we talked a little bit briefly, and then he mentioned your name. He said, "This is the guy you should have." Why is that?
I'm curious. I have no idea.
He was completely open about it. He's like, "Yes, I do take testosterone. I do TRT." He was very open about it, which is admirable.
I've seen this podcast, so.
And you did? And so why do you think there's a lot of stigma around TRT?
People hear testosterone, they think you're a gangster from Wołomin. This is like this old approach. And also doctors are following that. Not many doctors is in a crew of progressive doctors, so there's few who you can depend on. But otherwise, it's very, as you said, stigmatically shown that the testosterone is wrong, is bad, it's steroids. You're going to get angry, you're going to get this huge, you're going to get this bald, you're going to get this angry, right? And this is totally not about that. TRT is a replacement therapy, so you don't add testosterone to your bloodstream to the level you see on athletes do or bodybuilders do, but just you replace your own production because your own production is probably low. So there's a nutrient therapy, so testosterone replacement therapy, which is said, testosterone nutrient therapy, or a bomb. So when you take a bomb, you grow, you're big, you're angry. Depends on the dosage, right? So TRT is the basic usement of just testosterone just to get you more healthy. The low testosterone has a lot of cons, unfortunately, and there's not too many cons of having too high testosterone. I mean, in the range which we're talking about. But generally, this TRT is supposed to bring you health. So it's supposed to bring you to the moment when you were 20, 25, and you were feeling vital, and you didn't destroy your hormonal balance yet through your lifestyle, cortisol, stress, wrong eating, Warsaw cocaine, whatever. So.
All right.
Yeah, because it's all connected, right? This lifestyle which we have here in this modern city is very intensive. It's so intensive that it's destroying people. We're all in a rush. We're trying to eat well. We're trying to train, but this is not all, right? We need to also recover, and this recovery, I think, is the worst point of every training. And then the TRT comes, and the recovery is being underlined because then you are like recovering better, right? You're recovering faster as a man, as a male.
So I will bounce back to a point you said that testosterone equals bad. When you asked me to go do the test, and which was very interesting to me, it's like my doctor did not want me to do the testosterone test because I'm telling him, hey, I'm doing this. Can you please just, because I have this private, medical service. I need to do this. I was like, no, you're fine. I'm like, what do you mean you're fine? I said, no, I need to check my test. I was like, no, it's okay. And he's like, okay. And he put something, the referral. So I went to do that. And then
it turns out that there was no testosterone.
I'm like, you remember I sent you the results? Like, dude,
so angry.
What is the goddamn... So I went back to this guy. I said, I told you to give me this so I can do the test. He's like, no, you don't need. Like, this guy is fucking kidding me, man. And then I said, look, man, I feel depressed. My wife is not happy with me at home. I don't have a wife. And I was like, oh, really? I said, yeah, I really know. I have a lot of problems. I was like, okay, here you go. And I did the test. The results, I think they just came today. We'll check later. Why is that? Why he doesn't want to give me or she want to give me?
There's a range of testosterone, which is very wide. From very low to the limit, to the level that is usual, right? So we as training people, and you who were active back then, now also back then.
Hey man, it's just a 1 month break.
I know. We would like to be kept in this higher range of testosterone. We don't want to have this lower one. Lower testosterone brings a lot of depression, brings a lot of fat releasement in the body. You gain fat much faster. You have more female hormones inside. You're slower recovery. Generally your quality of life goes down. Right. We don't want the quality to go down.
No.
So we're keeping the range of testosterone in the higher part, right, of this test. So generally when the doctor sees you, he sees some kind of symptoms of that you have the testosterone enough. But when I've seen you, and he's going to keep you in the range, right? Because the range is very wide. And for him, this is the description. Let's say in like some kind of levels is 260 to 860. And if you're going to be 260, he's going to say, you're fine, but you're not fine. Because this 260 testosterone is going to be good for 85 years old. And when you're going to be below 400, you're going to be already like feeling shit. So we want to keep you in a higher range. And that's why maybe he doesn't want to do testosterone. That costs. This costs questions. And then you're going to be like wanting the TRT or TNT. And he's going to be in the situation that he's going to need to prescribe you testosterone. And he maybe takes it himself. He has some kind of quote of testosterone he can prescribe, right? So he's going to use it for somebody who really needs that with some kind of diseases.
Interesting.
Showing off. But when I've seen you in the gym, I was like, come, I'll do the test because I see this, I know your lifestyle. You're a little like night animal, right? Nocturnal a bit.
Not anymore.
Exactly. And I've seen some symptoms of that lifestyle. They started to show on your body.
Right.
Like gently, but if you have an eye, you know.
The brain sees
like,
the difference,
We're honest, but I'm not going to describe that now here because we like each other. I don't want it to change.
I can find.
I'm fine. It's fine. So that's why the doctor maybe didn't want to prescribe you just the test, and you don't need to depend on the doctor. You just go to the regular laboratory, so lab round, and you pay your 50 zloty or 40 for the blood test, and you just do the testosterone. But it's not the only thing you need to do, right? It's not the only.
It's like a whole range.
There's a whole list of stuff which I said that diagnostics for a male, healthy male is, and it's easy to find online or it's easy to text me prive. And you know, you get this and you don't need to do anything with that because you see yourself and there are ranges and you can describe it yourself. But if you come to me, I'll tell you, right? Like what's going on with your body and if we need to change something. Besides, we're checking the things which are the health issues, right?
Right.
This is the first thing. I don't want to juice you up straight ahead. Like this is not the reason we're doing the blood test. If like a little bit, if you come to me and you're a little chubby, I'll do the blood test. So we're not going to train for nothing because maybe you're going to have high insulin, high glucose, you're going to have some metabolic diseases. I want to check that and I want to see what's wrong in your body because then we're going to spend 3 months on training with known results. And with this blood test, by a little supplementation or doctor visit, you're going to have the problem fixed. So then the training will bring me much more results, which I'm paid for, right? So then I'm happy that you use the diagnosis. So this is the thing.
Because, at the end of the day, I'm a businessman and I was just trying to optimize my costs, right? So you said, I'm saying, okay, I pay this yearly to this private medical service. So I'm going to do the test because it's free. Turns out they didn't want to do them. They're like, oh, no, you're fine. And I said, okay, I'm just going to go to this, what you recommended. All right. The price was like about 1,500 zlotys, right? Which is not cheap because when you think about it, because the way I was complaining about, oh my God, this is pricey, And what's that example you said? The car or something?
Do you have a car?
No, I don't. But you gave me the example of the car, right?
It's crazy. You do the checkup of the car yearly, right? And it costs like if you have a good car, 5K.
Yeah.
And you cannot spend a damn 1,500 for your blood test.
Exactly.
It's crazy. But it's just so often you see a fat guy with like filthy face, filthy body, and he drives a good car, and he never spent a dime to make himself better. And he's 1 hour in this fucking car, right? But his own body is a damn old Golf.
Yeah. So when you mentioned that analogy, I was like, man, this makes so much sense. I probably before when I was partying hard and spending so much money on tables and stupid money. And I'm thinking,
what do you spend so much money on?
Nothing, man. And I'm like, that is so stupid of me. So I was kind of procrastinating. But because my brain didn't accept it, and I'm like, I'm paying these guys, they should do it. So I went back and played a little game. I'm depressed. I'm this and this. I got all I think. And so, what do you think we have this kind of let's say, mental break. I guess I was afraid to discover what is wrong with me. What is the psychological aspect of wanting to go to cross to the other side?
Maybe you push away the thought that maybe something is wrong. And you're like, before somebody tells you, man, you don't look healthy, or something is wrong with you. You're training, but your results are not coming, right? So then somebody says, and you're like, no, everything's fine. I do well. I party twice a week. I drink a lot of alcohol. My prolactin is high. My progesterone is high. My estrogen is high. My testosterone is low. My cortisol is high. Damn, you're awesome. Like, you know, you spend so much money on this alcohol stuff and God knows what and so on. And I'm just saying that, like, when you see that actually, okay, maybe something is wrong, and you see this on the paper, black and white, you're like, oh, motherfucker, like, right, I need to change it. Help me fix this, right? You can say, I'm going to the doctor. I'm like, go to the same doctor who didn't want to prescribe you the testosterone. This is the thing, but that's not the first step. To take the testosterone out, right? When you have it low, you can stimulate your body. If you were killing your testosterone for so many years of partying, 10 years of your life, then you can stimulate it back. Takes a while. Sometimes it works. That's possible. There are protocols for that, right? So it's not like just juice up and TRT. Right. But this is your decision. This shouldn't be the decision of the doctor in this case. Like, you have a busy life and you're a businessman and you want results, so you decide. That's a service. If it's a private healthcare, it should be a kind of a service. You ask for something, you should get it. Like the service of, like, that your lifestyle wants to be better. You want the lifestyle to be better, so generally you ask the doctor for the blood test for that part. You should get it. So I have no idea. And the situation with you, that you were procrastinating to go to do the blood test, for me is nothing new. I had a client who was taking care of his dog for freaking 7 years. He was doing the blood test every month to the dog, but he never went himself to the blood test. And I was telling him, each training, go for the blood test, because you have autoimmune disease. There are diseases I don't know the names of English of, but like generally, like, he was looking that there's a lot of deficiencies. Just show me. Just go and do this damn blood test. I'll pay. I said, you're so long client. We have results. I'm happy, but you need to do the blood test. I'll pay. But he didn't go finally.
But that's what I'm trying to tell. It's not about going. I think it's about facing the fears that we don't know that we will face. I think that's when I sit down and when I try to force myself, I found myself always, I wouldn't say finding excuses, but I remember it was the summertime. I was traveling a lot too. So, but when this guy didn't want to give me this, I was like, what is wrong? And I said, fine. But then you pushed me, which is great. And I went to Morocco. Yeah. And then in Morocco, they asked me for 3 times the price in Poland. Remember when I tasted it? He was like, no, bro, you can do. I was like, in Morocco, it's like almost, it was 5K in Morocco. 5,000, which is like 1,000.
No, that's much.
It's crazy. So I said, you know what? I love Poland. I'm going to go back. So I did that. We got the results. Now, my next question would be, what are these first steps that someone says, okay, the test, we understand, we're going to do them, right? So we are now over this. Because the other team, they was like, you don't need testosterone if you don't need it. You know what I'm trying to get?
Yeah.
I know you are more to enhancement and
I'm a performance guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I like performance.
So where do you land there? If they say, hey man, your levels are fine, why would you push it?
I'm never recommending it. This is your own decision and your own push. You know your limits, you know how long you're training, you know how many results you got out of your training, nutrition, and recovery. These 3 things are so important to connect them, because you can train the hell out of yourself and you can eat your old proteins and you don't sleep and you're not going to have results. Right. And the other way, you can train a lot, you eat crap, you sleep a lot, and you're still not going to get your results. You're going to take some percentage out of this mission of yours, right? It's three fillers. But generally, like, you know your results, you know yourself, you know what your lifestyle is and what you want. So if somebody comes strictly that he knows that there's existence of testosterone, and they don't know anything about it, you never recommend that. This is something which is around. There's a first step. There's equaling all these three pillars, then the supplementation to enhance a little your results, to make the training more effective. And then if somebody really wants some kind of enhancement,
like seriously,
then you can recommend some enhancement if you know how to do it, right? Because you can do it properly and you can do it very wrongly. I have a few clients who came and said, yeah, I took some stuff back in the days. Today I have very low testosterone, and then I gained 15 kilos in 3 weeks. I'm like, whoa, a lot of water.
Yeah.
A lot of water. There was plenty mistakes. Your low testosterone today is a result of your experiment back then. He's like, I think so. Yes, I know, I think so. And I'm like, man, like you fucked up your health. And for this many years, you didn't check. And like, good you're doing it now, but like it's a little bit too late. You went through 10 years of your life in this stage of destruction which you gave to your body. So there's plenty scenarios, and the best one is just to do what you want, but properly, with some guidance, with some evidence-based medicine, right? With some protocol who somebody checked.
I want to know this, but I will tell you a quick story how I got here. Back to 2020, it was Corona. We were stuck at home. You know the movie. And it was actually my girlfriend at that time, because I think I was truly going through a serious depression. You know, my business was failing and was like everything was crushing down. And she said, I think your testosterone is low. You have to do the test, and you maybe have to think about starting. And I was like, what do you mean? You know, I felt a little bit insulted.
By your girlfriend?
Yeah. Like, hey, I think your testosterone is low. You have to do something about it. Let's do a test. I said, sure, let's do a test. I think I was in the range of 800.
That's good.
I don't know, but okay. I'm just like, maybe let's do another test. This is not normal. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't need this. You know, it's a little bit emasculating. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. So
if the woman asks you,
yeah, exactly.
That's a little bit. Yeah.
So why do you think some women ask their man about testosterone, not even to go to therapy or anything? Like, how does testosterone lands on the woman's mind?
You don't think it's because of maybe you were not enoughly interested, your libido was lower,
Definitely.
you were down.
Yes.
But this is caused like by the psychological reasons, and it's not strictly needs to be caused by low testosterone, but your testosterone, which you did the test for, can go plenty directions, because there's a general testosterone, right, and the free testosterone.
Right.
And the free testosterone is the one which we're interested in, which goes to the areas we are interested.
Targeting, yeah.
We're targeting. Great word.
Yeah.
And the testosterone, which is general, can create a lot of female hormones, right? By aromatase, by like different directions of metabolism in your body. So you can have high testosterone and still have low libido. But there are other ways, like low libido is usually psychological and connected with tiredness and some kind of, as you said, depression. And when you get on that, your testosterone, even if it's low, it's going to be fine. Because there's plenty of guys who are having low testosterone and high estradiol, and they have a high libido and high needs, so they just don't look awesome.
So what you get into is the looking awesome part, yeah?
Yeah, coming back to your topic, I don't know why the women are going to the topic of testosterone. That's maybe their first thought, that you're not interested into her, and because she doesn't see that you're going into something terrible, right? Right. Your main core of your life, your business as a businessman is going the wrong direction, and you're not fully focused on that part of life right now.
Well, that was exactly what it was for me, because...
But there are ways to do to do it, to enhance that part too.
No, it was just like the beginning of the lockdown, and obviously people were not interested in buying bags, fancy bags, expensive bags. And you stopped getting, the money coming, seeing the money coming to the bank account. You're like, hello, what is going on? How are we going to survive, And then that's when I was crashing down. I did the test, but it was fine. I said, no, I'm not going to do anything. But it stayed with me. and started doing research, asking around. I was obviously going to the gym, and it just opened, like, as they say, the Pandora box to me, to this world of the testosterone. That's why I wanted to have you here, because I think there's a lot of stigma, and I'm not talking about this stuff, but also what not breaks my heart, but what pisses me off is that people who are on the juice and they are lying.
Plenty of them is.
So we see that, we know, it's like, come on, man.
Not everybody. The people are still like to lie to themselves. No, he's not on stuff. He looks awesome, but he's not on stuff.
So why do you think these guys are on juice and they are just lying to us? Or not admitting?
Because it's kind of cheating, right? Mm-hmm. They think still that it's kind of cheating. But enhancing yourself on some part when you cannot enhance yourself naturally anymore, I don't think it's cheating anymore, because you're just like, you can afford the thought that you can enhance. Like, you need to be aware of that, what you're doing, right? But you're doing it consciously, right? You want to do it consciously. I want to be better than I can. So today's medicine allows you to do that. So if you want to enhance yourself, you can enhance yourself. But why you hide it? It's still going to be seen. Still, the bodybuilders are still, like, professional ones are still saying they're not on the juice officially. So even Arnold ones, right?
Yeah.
So that's something, like, which is the fitness market is a huge lie, right? In a way, like, they sell you this protein shakes and bars and creatine, and they're gonna say, like, that's all you need. But they, by themselves, they're gonna take the hardest juice. They're going to take insulin shots, they're going to take Trenbolone, they're going to take all the stuff to look the best and the biggest, but still you're going to just be advised to do this basic stuff, which they're going to get money on. So just awareness is like with politics, right? It's just what you know, then you know. You don't know, you don't know. So stay in the white zone or go into the black side of the market. So
that's actually an interesting point.
It's such a long river of talks about that, because we're not just juicing this, right? Mm-hmm. We're also seeing people who are depressed. They have problems with narcotics. They have problems with SSRIs, benzo. They take a lot of stuff. They have, as I say, different problems with sleep, some kind of insomnia, and we treat all of that by this training is first, right? But then this diagnostics, which I was saying, it should clear all the problems before you take a step ahead and go to higher level. You cannot go destroyed. You know this expression we used also before about the car, right? You're not tuning the car, which is old, and the checkpoints are broken, right? So if the parts are not changed or fixed, you're not going into 600 horsepower, right? So you want to do it when you're ready. So all that needs to be done properly and consciously, and it's good when it's based on some kind of protocol or medical checkup, which you did.
Yes, I did. I think it's here. I think my doctor sent me the results today. I'm gonna check them just for the fun of this episode. Check them live.
You wanna check it now?
Yeah, we will do it for fun.
Sure. All right.
Before we do that, I wanna get the basics. So I'm gonna say, all right, I am convinced. I want to know, because you were mentioning TRT and TNT, right? Mm-hmm.
Nutrient therapy. Mm-hmm. So you nutrient your testosterone to be higher.
Okay.
Replacement, you have shit testosterone. You replace it to have the level of a normal guy.
Okay, I see. I don't think.
And then I said bomb, because then
the bomb for the.
Yeah, but it's also like you want to mutate to the level of 200 kilos, or you want to be just having a business look, bomb, right? So less juice, but it's still much more than the nutrient or replacement therapy. Or you want to mutate, be the mountain, and you want to grow, right?
So this is like what? How many disciplines we have here? 3. Just replace, enhance.
Nutrient replaces the base run.
Okay.
Nutrient is a little bit higher, right? Mm-hmm. So like you can stay as you are. Your look will not change much, but your performance will. Then
the performance will change.
Let's say in a size of a male, the replacement therapy is 1 male.
Yeah.
Nutrient is 2 males testosterone.
Okay.
Business bomb is 3 to 4. That's 300, 400 milligrams of testosterone or steroids generally a week. The regular male creates around 100 milligrams testosterone a week, healthy one, athletic one. The levels are showing around 80 to 100, right? So this is the dose.
I see.
So when you go to nutrient, you go to 200 milligrams. When you go to business bomb, you are around 300 to 400. When you pass 500, you're already swell. You're getting swell. Usually, depends on what you're using, but you're already gonna grow if you eat.
Yeah.
So eating is actually very important in this part of juicing up, right? And then the level is until you take 2 grams of testosterone a day. Testosterone and similarities. So I'm not talking just on testosterone, right?
Yeah,
the testosterone doesn't have sense above some kind of number.
So, I'm convinced. I want to check, actually. You want to check? What is my phone? Piotr, give me my phone. Let's check. We're going to do this fun exercise. Tell me.
This topic I love because generally this is not ended topic, right? I just told you this is such a journey and there's so many different things you can do. So, you don't need to straight ahead go to steroids, right? You can go through SARMs, so satellite androgenic receptor modulators, which are modulating your androgenic receptor, and they're enhancing you without blocking your production of testosterone, because when you inject testosterone from outside, you're already going to be locked. Whoever says how...
We don't know.
No, but in general, you're locking your own production. After some time, it's not existing. So we do everything to replace it and to still push your production to be on, right?
Before you jump ship, that's actually a good one. All right, let's dive in. Oh man, I'm stressed a little bit here to show this to the whole world. Let's see. Oh my God, hormone TRT potopować. It's in Polish. See, so we've got here 3. This. You can click.
TSH. Yeah.
All right.
We checked your thyroid by TSH, right? This is just one check. Your prolactin is so low. That's great. Your TSH is also low, but we don't have all the results. It would be good to have all the results all together.
On the I think the laptop, the PDF will have everything.
What's important here? Let me check. Your insulin
is high.
Great.
It's great.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you're not bad. Your testosterone is very high right now, so
really
out of range other way.
No way.
You're afraid of. So yeah. So generally, your hormones are great when you stop the drinking.
Yeah.
Stop the drinking is the main point of fucking your results really up. Fucking up your results. AST, here we have some liver. Everything's fine. Yeah, your glucose is high, so you're a little insulin resistant. Not little. This we need to fix because insulin is low and the glucose is high. So
that was the last time as well. What we
would need to do something about that. You want to know now what?
Yeah, sure, man. We are here giving value.
No, we're giving value, right? But this is something which the doctor will tell you also. So generally, your glucose is too high. You're going into the diabetes type B very quickly. So the faster you react, the better. And you need to start dieting. Less sugar peaks.
I eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's seen in your blood test. Yeah. So this is something which we would need to work on a lot. And GFR. And we have the filtrowanie kłębuszkowe, mamy wysokie. So your kidneys are fine. It's working perfectly. Your liver is awesome. So you recovered after this parties.
The 10 years.
Your cholesterol is shit. Your triglycerides are high. Like, this is not good for your arteries. Your cholesterol in general is too high. We need to work on that. And your good cholesterol is too low. Your bad cholesterol is high.
Where does the cholesterol come? What's the problem with it? Like, is this also diet or?
Cholesterol usually the cholesterol. What is it?
I mean, like, why is it high?
Usually, it's the source of energy. When you move a lot and you walk a lot, and you don't eat a lot of high density fats, it's going down. So it's not high. But it very depends what's your lifestyle is. If you have a sitting lifestyle, it's going to be higher. So you need to also take care of the good cholesterol intake, which means some nuts, some avocado, some omega-3, because this balance in intaking the omega-3 to omega-6 and 9 creates a situation that you have bad cholesterol higher and good cholesterol lower. When you level up the cholesterol, the good cholesterol, your good cholesterol transports the bad cholesterol to liver and helps it digest. So then generally your cholesterol goes down. Cholesterol is generally a source of energy. So if you train a lot, it will go down. But if you eat a lot of fats, then high-density fats is going to go up. To take it down, a lot of omega-3.
I see.
A lot of fish.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Should I go further? Or I should give you back the
still
phone?
have?
Yeah, there's plenty.
We're all way now. Confidential show. Here you go, guys. You see.
No, like your basic morphology is fine. Here's no, and not any disruptions. There's just like full body count.
Fresh. I waited especially for you so you can check them live.
So you're quite good. You'll be alive. You don't have parasites. Be happy. It's really not. It's not showing parasites. So.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. I'm clean.
But you didn't do the Warsaw blood test, right?
What do you mean?
Warsaw blood test is PTSDs, right? So sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. Sorry.
No, I did it too.
Great. I'm sure everything is negative.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, great. This I haven't seen, so I cannot confirm.
Well,
but I recommend it. You can get it from the dentist, so not from the female dentist. I'm saying just about from the gear, right?
Yes. Well,
there's plenty blood tests. We didn't prepare that. I think we should have just prepared and printed. Maybe then I could show it and check it.
I mean, this was not planned. I just said, hey, why not? Because we're in the...
Yeah.
So the testosterone is good.
Free testosterone is low, and the general testosterone is high, very high.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
what?
So
what would I need?
So there's free testosterone we need to work on. I haven't seen all the blood tests. There's missing SHBG, sex hormone meaning globulin. There's missing your FAs.
So the range normally is from 200 to so I have 900.
Show me. Yeah. You have 900.
Well, now everyone knows. Is 900 good?
It's very good.
Wow, all right.
What's your age?
39.
39, so it's very good. You didn't destroy your production.
I am glad to hear. But yet, I'm still interested in optimization because I'm a high performer as well. So I think we're going to do it anyway. And I'm very open about it too.
Optimization starts with this action that we're equaling the results which were wrong. So firstly, we would do something with this glucose. Insulin was low, but the glucose was high. So we need to work on that a lot. And it might be, the visit with the doctor would be needed because then the doctor would prescribe you some medicine for more insulin resistance.
For the first round of tests, they actually said, okay, you need to do the glucose test again. To make sure it's, so I think it's confirmed. So
there's a triple test also, right? So that one would show us more. So because then you see how the glucose and insulin works in your body.
So let's zoom in there. So how does glucose affect my health?
It's the first cause of death after age. Why? Because it creates a situation that your body doesn't take the sugar, right? So you eat sugar in any kind of creation, form. It can be polysugar or monosugar. So monosugars are the ones which are making your spike higher, and the polysugars, the long sugars, potatoes, they go the slow. But when you take it, when you intake your carbohydrate, it should go up in your bloodstream, and it depends on the level, of course, if it's mono and poly. So let's say your glucose goes up, and then the insulin catches it and brings it to the muscle, right? So the muscle should be like, oh, there's glucose and insulin. So we take this glucose and insulin and we push it to the muscle, and then it creates glycogen, right? Glycogen is the reserve of energy from the carbohydrates. But when you're insulin resistant, your muscle says, God, dude, I constantly see this glucose up, like it's enough. I don't care. It's constantly high. So the insulin resistance means that your muscle will not take this glucose anymore so fast. So the resistance means that it's not taking it. So it stays in the bloodstream, creating a situation of high glucose, which causes tiredness, which causes all this kind of metabolic problems. But this is causing a problem because we need to be reactive to insulin, to suck it in and to use it in the muscle. When the muscle doesn't take it, you cannot eat. Imagine you don't eat for a day, but you still have high glucose. So you say, I don't eat, but I gain. Yeah, because you gain from air. When is the fat-forming phase? FFF is just when the insulin and glucose are high. So that's the moment when the body creates fat. So if you're insulin resistant and your glucose is high and your insulin is high, your body gains fat constantly from out of nowhere, out of any food you eat. Because if it's too much, it's always going to do that. Imagine alcohol and food, high glucose, high insulin, plus alcohol estrogenizing,
Total destruction,
leaving the fat out, right? So
that's why you see these people with big bellies and
yeah, but like this is already a disease. This is something you, of course, could have been born with, or you earned that. I suppose you actually earned that, saying that you were eating a lot of sugar. There's a lot of sugar spikes your body can stand, but if it's too much over years, it's going to create that situation. That's why every old person in Poland is taking metformin or the medicine, which is going to make you more insulin reactive, right? So
because I want to bounce on the mention, it is actually I did the DNA test.
Yeah.
And one of the first thing they mentioned, they said you are prone to diabetes disease and insulin and also some other.
Great.
And I'm like, nah, man, it's not possible.
It is.
And now the test confirms it.
You know what's epigenetics?
Yeah.
You know what's epigenetics?
No, you tell me.
The genetics is this long genetical probabilities you have in your body.
Yeah.
But epigenetics is the shorter one. For example, your parents were having diabetes because of the way they were eating. And they give birth to you.
Excuse me. See,
your mother gave.
Yeah, so they say here, this DNA test, they say celiac disease. This is the disease that I might develop. And you see here, type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
And it's spot on. And they also call this familial Mediterranean fever, which is problem with the stomach. When I moved to Poland, I started having this stomach problems because the bio changed. And when I also ate carbs, which is the celiac disease, so all these three, they are confirmed by this test. So thank you, Philip. So we gotta get on that juice, my man.
No, that has nothing to do with
I'm
it,
kidding,
right?
I'm kidding, obviously.
Especially that if you're insulin resistant, there are some limitations to your results.
Yeah.
Because imagine that carbohydrate is creating the situation carbohydrate. 1 gram of carbs is keeping 3 grams of water in your muscle. And imagine that your muscle doesn't want to take the carb which you're eating. So you're eating carbs, you want to give it to the muscle, but the muscle doesn't suck it, right? So where's going to be the bloat? The bloat is going to be in your whole body. You're going to be blown. That's why people who are having insulin resistance, they have this kind of, see that they're like this watery, right? So that's why, because the carbohydrate is circulating in their body and creates the situation that they're swollen. So you first need to fix that before you go into some kind of development in performance. You know what I mean, right? So
No, of course I do.
The best is to tune the body which is healthy. And if we're talking about health, if it's needed, we also do the TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, if it's needed. But in your case, you're great on testosterone, so.
What do you mean great on testosterone?
You're great. Your basic level is great. We just need to direct it properly because you're free testosterone.
Because I feel like what is the norm I see on the internet is to be in the 4th digits testosterone levels, which is more than 1,000.
Those are just different lab results.
Right.
They have different numbering. This depends on the lab.
No, I know. No, but I mean, like, it is. I see this podcaster, what's his name? Chris Williamson from. He's all the time saying, I'm striving to have 1,000. Like, for example, Marisol was like, what, 9.9? 9 point something? And he's like, I have 1.5, 1.6 or something like that. Is that necessary to be in such high level of testosterone?
Depends to do what. What do you want to do?
Let's just say a normal human being, you're having your work, you're having your workouts. We're not talking about athletes here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal guy, want to have a good body, look good, like you said, wear a suit and look good, and be naked and look good too. That's what you told me once.
So no, you don't need to have very high levels. Not at all. If you stay in the range of the normal weight of the normal guy, then the size of the muscle you can gain naturally with the high testosterone, proper diet, and proper recovery and training.
Right.
And you don't need a lot to do that, right? You just need to be consistent. You just need to be consistent.
In everything.
In everything.
Life.
And generally, to look good, this means totally different things for different people. I'm unfortunately living in a bubble of a gym, so for me, I'm always too small, not enough lean. I don't lift enough. It's just always this pursuit of the perfection of my kind of a game. But for the person from the office, something totally different is going to be the perfection, right? Maybe I'm going to look scary for somebody if I'm just 107 kilos and I'm just this polite bear, right?
Polite bear. Now, okay, so let's talk about benefits. I'm going to assume that my testosterone level was shit, just for the sake of this episode.
Yeah.
And where do I start? What would I gain from it?
But we're going with jumping over a lot of points, right?
True.
To take the testosterone. This is your main goal. Yeah. You're coming and you're like, I want a testosterone. I'm saying, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just.
We did that.
I'm just advising, right?
I know.
I think you need some testosterone from the doctor. So now we're laughing, but it's true. But there are doctors. We can say hi to Dr. Alicia, who's inspiring, and we always work together. Sometimes, in past years. So. Generally, there are doctors who are good, right? There are doctors who are progressive and who are not afraid of the community of doctors, because there's this big and old doctors meeting, and they say, no, this is not a good way.
Right.
But the progression is coming to Poland. It's happening. It's already plenty endocrinologists are helping with this kind of things. So your first point is going to be to the blood test. Then we erase all the mistakes which are happening in the results, or we need to fix them before you enhance. And then you enhance.
So what can I expect from enhancement?
Enhancement is going to start that you're going to feel much more vital. You're going to sleep better. You're going to be less aggressive.
Less aggressive?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you're becoming alpha.
So you don't need to be
You're not angry.
aggressive.
You're not angry. Your trigger is different. Imagine aggression, right? There's a line of aggression.
Right.
You're not angry, slowly, and then you're angry.
You lose your shit.
So this moment when you're getting angry with the juice is just moving further until here, and there's no aggression. But then is a trigger, and you blow. But this depends on the dose, and depends on your own character. So dosage, if it's going to be crazy, you're going to be more aggressive, or it's going to enhance your aggression. But if you're a polite person, you're not going to develop now some kind of devil mind and something is going to happen and you're going to blow straight ahead. It just depends on the situation, how many stressors you had. And if you're overly, your nervous system is overloaded, then you blow. Or you drink alcohol and take juice, then obviously this is releasing the devil.
So it's not a good combination to be drinking and taking.
No, this is a decision. If you take juice, you should resign from alcohol at all.
I mean,
it's not good for anybody.
I don't drink anymore. So
I'm just still I'm a person who's I'm not saying sober, but I'm not touching alcohol. People are saying, so you're not drinking wine. If I say I don't drink, I don't touch alcohol, means I don't drink wine, beer, or anything, right? And they're super surprised. And how many years is that like that? I'm like, I don't know, 10. It happens to me few times during these years, but it was I don't know. I had a vibe, I had a situation, I know how to prepare it. I did it, right? I'm not I'm not drinking alcohol in a regular basis, but when there's 1 and 2 years occasion, I do it, or I feel like it, I do it. That's not a prison, but I'm also not a competing person. I'm just trying to feel good and look good, right?
So let's go back to the benefits. I am sleeping good, feeling good.
But before taking testosterone?
No. I am taking testosterone.
Yeah.
What else can I benefit from it?
You benefit generally everything what you lack because of your health issues. So if you have low testosterone, you're going to feel depressed. So after testosterone, you're not going to feel depressed. 80% of depression with a male is undiagnosed low testosterone, right? So if you have a depression and your doctor or psychologist is prescribing you a benzo or SSRIs, right? You go to the diagnostics and you just do the blood test and you see what's up with the testosterone. But not just testosterone. I'm saying there's a list to check hormones, female hormones. There's a list. We can put the list under the video. For people to just be interested in. And when you see this, then you're like, wow, it's low, and estradiol is high, and prolactin is high. No wonder you feel like shit. So this is basics. And you don't need benzo to live. You just need to start moving, equal your hormones, naturally maybe, and then it's going to be all fine with your head. The hormones are steering your head, right? Your nervous system connects to endocrine system. Endocrine system steers the hormones, but the nervous system steers everything else too, right? So this connects, and without the connection between these, we cannot diagnose. You need some kind of benzodiazepine, right? So I'm saying people are on antidepressants all over, all around. They're not moving, they're eating shit, they're not sleeping. No wonder it's happening like that. You're overstimulated with the situation that you sit in front of the computer for a whole day, phone the other time, you don't sleep well. Your nervous system is cortisol skyrocketing, right? So the cortisol will destroy your level of sleep. After some time, it will destroy your hormones. After some time, you don't train. You're not going to stimulate it back. You don't rest. You're not going to have the levels of hormones on a proper level. So yes, you're going to feel like shit. And SSRIs will not fix this. They will cut up. They will cut down. You're going to be flat as fuck, and you're going to be this Prozac nation, this veggie which lives through life. No, I'm saying, and this prawns of taking testosterone. This is just giving you a little bit more life back, right? But this should be done naturally. But if it's impossible, or you're on your max level, like you just need to steer this part. But you're on your max level, your testes are creating a lot of these basics which you need. You just need to steer it. But if you want more from your body, and you limited it, you trained, you ate your proteins, you ate your eggs, your meat, you ate your supplements, you train another year, nothing is changing, and you're like, I want more. That's a moment when you already used all the options before, right? So
I see. No,
I give you one advice.
Please go ahead.
People are taking this way because it's just much shorter. It's easier, right? It's easier. There's a lot of lab tests which are showing that the person who doesn't train and take testosterone gains more muscle than person who trains and doesn't take testosterone.
No way.
So this is just as that, right?
Wow.
Just by taking testosterone, gain more muscle faster. Obviously, this is from 0 and 0, right? You train and you start training and you start taking testosterone out of 0. But there's plenty like tests like this, so it's just making it faster and more efficient. So if you might take something which will make your way more efficient, you do it. But this needs to be your decision.
There's a lot of the problem with this. Yeah, go ahead. What you want to say?
You say.
The problem with this testosterone conversation is there's a shitload of information on the internet. And even if you want to research it, you get lost. Because in one hand, we got the incredible looking, amazing trainers or normal people, and they are like lying. They're like, no, this is just creatine and protein shakes. Exactly. And in the other hand, we do see people that are like, yeah, I do take it, I look amazing, this is how it is. And then you are researching more, and then you're like, oh, these are the benefits, and then this is what I want to get to. There are like the cons of taking this, which is losing the hair, the shrinking balls, the penis, and
penis is not shrinking. This is the balls.
All right. And
actually, you have much higher libido after. So
no. What about the shrinking balls and losing hair and the skin, the pimples and stuff like that?
If you do something wrong, it's wrong.
Meaning?
meaning that okay, you can have, like you have epigenetics for your insulin, you can have epigenetics for losing hair, and then testosterone, or like it depends on the dosage. If it's a dosage which is nutrient or replacement, it's your natural level basically, so this will not cause the side effects. But if it's 20 times more, you can understand that it's gonna cause the side effects. Your whole body is gonna grow with hair. You're gonna be more aggressive. You're gonna lose your hair, but not just. It very depends. There are bodybuilders who are gigantic. They took a train of stuff and they still have hair. So it's just like
everyone is different.
Everybody's different. Everybody has their own journey. We're here very honest. I had my bump, and I stopped taking testosterone in a proper dosages, like in a proper timing. And then I lost a little bit of my hair. I still have hair, but my androgenic baldness is there. It's caused by not consistent injections and a lot of stress and like mix between that. I trained less, but I took more juice. I was in a terrible stage of my life. Yeah, maybe mentally. I was overloaded with plenty stress, right? So generally then I made a mistake. And then I lost some of my hair. But otherwise, if you treat it properly, there's a very small chance of losing hair. If you want to just juice up a little bit, but if you want to juice up high and you don't treat the side effects properly, there's a bigger chance of losing hair. If you have also genetics for that, it will happen. But people are afraid that it will be like that, right? It felt. It's a process. It's a process of thinning the root of the hair and then falling out. So we can react on that. There is a lot of medicine or supplements which are helping with the hair. I think this is for plenty guys. It's like
no, because balding is one of the reasons that actually guys, also go depressed, because when they start losing the hair, because like you said, some guys or some men,
some people don't care,
prone,
and some people are very
but they're
protective,
which is normal. At the end of the day, we are all humans, and I am, for example, very insecure about my skin because I had a lot of acne problems when I was young, and people were bullying me, and it destroyed my confidence. And so when I'm doing research, I'm like, hey, if you are prone to acne, this could come back to you. And I don't want these traumas coming back to my life,
It's all about keeping the side effects away. And if you do, we're talking about very basic level right now here. So we're talking about just like testosterone. The juice is generally a lot of steroids, right? And to this, a lot of steroids, you take a lot of medicine around to keep the side effects away from you. Like, I don't look, I think, too much squatty,
you look
right?
Good, man.
I mean, like, no, maybe I look tired, but like...
no, you're not. You look fine.
In general, my skin is fine. Now, I also had bumps, but you learn with the process, your body, right? But this takes, for the skin to show the results of what you're taking, is approximately 3 weeks. So after 3 weeks of your fuck up, it's gonna show up on your skin. Right. There are areas on your body which are showing the androgenic or estrogenic result of
like what?
Acne. Here, under your back, like sometimes depends on the age. Also, sometimes forehead, sides, right? So you know what is happening. So then that's another moment for diagnostics, right? You go again, you do the blood test for female hormones, how your body reacted on supplementation or for your TRT, TNT or juice, and you see what are the results, and then you react on that. So generally it's a constant process of learning. You learn how your body reacts to what, and there are steroids. There are 3 groups of steroids. We need to say that, right? There's the testosterone-based derivatives, the DHT, so the dihydrotestosterone, and nandrolones. There are 3. So the testosterone is a base, and all of these are base. Then you have DHTs, which are making you harden, dihydrotestosterone, harden and lean, and strong and aggressive, and nandrolones, which are making you grow. So when you connect all of these, you create a perfect silhouette of Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you're lucky with the genetics and you have time to train and eat a lot. But generally, like, all these has side effects, right? If we're talking just about the Testosterone, we just took a piece of cake, one cookie, small. Is a base of the whole process. So generally you stack it, right? You stack it to have the better results. The person who just starts with testosterone has awesome effects, but the second, third, fourth, fifth cycle will not have the same results because you're going to be more, your receptors are going to be more filled. You're not going to have the same feeling of this just testosterone. You're going to have to add some compound to make it more efficient for your body. Like, for example, it's easy. Rich Piana, you remember the guy who died?
Yes.
Out of overdose of cocaine, steroids, and all this psychotic like medicine. His cycle was 2 grams of steroids a day. Mm-hmm. When a Warsaw cycle of a huge guy is 2 grams of testosterone a week, that's already a lot sites.
Imagine a day.
If you take a gram of testosterone and similar a week, you're going to grow. You're going to be big. If you're going to take half of a gram, you're going to look awesome. If you train and do other checkups, right? We're always talking about that.
Yeah.
Juice is not making the job, right? It helps. If you take this half, if you take half of the half, so to 50, you're going to feel great, be athletic, look good in suit. You're not going to overgrow your wardrobe. You're not going to need change your expensive wardrobe, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
So this is just, as I say, you double, you triple, you quadruple, you multiply the amount of humans in yourself, and then you see the results. There are guys who are 200 kilos. It's not fucking natural. It's not natural. Nobody can say it's rice and creatine, right? So this is always above, like last 10 years, it really changed. I think approach of this most known people was becoming a little bit more open. They started to show that they take something. There's more online information about how they do the cycles. There's plenty like this terrible fashion of young bodybuilders. They're 19, 21, and they gigantic and huge with full like nervous system destroyed and hormonal system destroyed. Too young is not good. This is a good question. What's the good age to start?
I was
definitely above 28.
I was coming to it. So I am obviously at almost 40 now.
Yeah.
And obviously the conversation is in my head because I don't want to start dipping. That's what I'm most afraid of, is to start dipping. As like, I'm not performing. Now I feel great. Even stopping alcohol and partying for 2 months, I feel amazing. I'm not going to lie. I am very productive. It's an incredible time I live in, you know. Doing this podcast is also very inspiring, motivating. I love doing it. And I'm like, you know what? I am fine, but what if I,
and hasten.
What if I take this a little bit more? What if I sleep better? Because I think I have a problem with sleeping, because even though I go early to bed around 11, I fall asleep around midnight, but then my brain wakes up at 6 a.m. I cannot, it's automatically, I always wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm struggling to go back to sleep. So that conversation is always in my head. But before we go there, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say that, this is something funny, because you have a problem, I can resolve it.
Yeah.
But the resolution is not always the testosterone, right? These basic sleep problems, they're common. Everybody has sleep issues, either with falling asleep, melatonin, everybody says take melatonin, you fall asleep, yes, it's estrogenizing.
Then you're not
melatonin raises your estrogen. You fall asleep, but then you need to keep the sleep, right? Keep the sleep. So the quality of sleep is not going to stay with the melatonin. You need to start supplementing different supplements. Not medicine. You don't start with, you have a little leak, you don't bring the whole team of SWAT to fix it, right? Yeah. You don't take medicine to sleep straight ahead. You don't take this medical prescriptions. You start with supplementation, with calming down, turning off the screen earlier, right? All this stuff. But then you already know, so you know that there's a GABA existing, tryptophan existing, right? The different supplements for sleeping to keep the sleep more effective, right? So not just testosterone, not just testosterone.
I guess I just want to do it. So let's talk about the age. But before we do that, I want to close the circle on the pros and cons. So what you're saying is there's no downside in doing the testosterone therapy.
To be honest,
yes.
If you would ask me the question, if I would do it again, if I was, 28 and I started my juice,
You will.
I would start always. I love my 10 years on stuff.
Really? 10 years?
Yeah.
So what about the idea that you can never be off it?
I don't want to be off.
What if I decide to start?
Then if you do it properly, you
I'm
can
gonna
stop
crush.
anytime.
I'm not going to crush.
No. It's not about crushing. Let's start from the beginning because we're jumping through whole topics,
Welcome
right?
to the show. Yeah, we are. Welcome to Warsaw Confidential.
So listen,
Yeah.
one at a time. So you want to be off of that juice?
No. I will help you answer my question. I don't want to be responsible saying, because what you read online is like, once you start, you cannot be out of it because your system gonna be fucked.
No, that's so
Then
psychological.
you're gonna get fat. This is what I read.
This is funny, really.
This is why I say there's a lot of misinformation, man.
It depends how you're inspired. Like 30 years ago, there was just Russian school and not too many informations online, right?
Yeah.
So there was generally this way of taking steroids that you were taking a cycle, you were unlocking, and you were off of the cycle, and then again after some time you were going back on the cycle. So this was constant like fight with your body, right? In juice, then unlock a little bit without, and then you wanted to go back, and you went back. So after plenty years of studies, it took the meta-analysis of the studies, said, why do you do that? If you're on juice, why do you stress your body with going off and going on, going off, going on? And it turns out that keeping the dosage properly, of course, modulating the dosage between high, when you really cycle and you want to grow, to the low, when you just keep this TRT or TNT.
Yeah.
You keep the level, and then again you want to achieve something, and keeping yourself on testosterone will create a situation that you have an awesome cycle, and it's better for your body, less stressful, and your results are better. But what is it happening that you cannot get off? You can if you prepare your balls to do that. Your dick is not shrinking.
Oh, thanks God.
Your psychology is that you want to take it because you feel better. Depends on the dosage, because you can feel awful. And if you don't keep your female hormones, which are making you feel awful, also you're going to feel awful. So if you do it properly, you feel great. So why would you get off? But what is happening there? Like, I cannot have children. You can have children. I have children.
True.
I have 2 children.
Bless them.
I love them. They're awesome. But like, it's not.
They are healthy, perfectly fine.
I'm not bragging with my kids. But I can brag about that. Yeah, they're normal. IQ high, 4 languages, athletic.
Beautiful.
So I don't want to advertise that. But if you get to know me, like, you will know the tests are showing on American athletes' kids that if the father was on testosterone and made a child, the testosterone kind of production explosion for the child is higher. So the child will have higher levels of androgens, either it's a girl or it's a guy, in their life, comparing to if the father would not be on testosterone. I didn't prepare that. This is just from knowledge out of a lot of readings which I did. So generally, when I was preparing my fatherhood, I need to be honest, to the first child I unlocked fully, and I was natural for some time, and then I did the first child, and then the second one I didn't. I stayed. First was a daughter, second is a son,
So
both perfectly healthy. So generally this is something very honest, right?
Yeah.
And I know plenty guys who did children on stuff. I know bodybuilders who couldn't do children without juice, and they did children on juice. And it was like, because after so many years, when you 10 years on stuff and you want to do the children, when you get off, you're so feeling depressed because you're getting smaller, your head is down. Obviously, to start again the system after so many years is hard. But if you start from the beginning, and you do the juicing properly with stimulating your own testes, they're constantly producing the testosterone, so they constantly are able to impregnate the woman. So it's not like you locked. But if you don't want to have children anymore, and you don't care about the size of your testes, because they shrink, and the shrunk testis is by test 15% smaller than the original one.
So it's not bad.
Yes, plus the water. So the testis is smaller because it doesn't produce, and the water is not accumulated there, right? So they're like smaller like that. So the biggest decreasement in size of testis tested ever was 15% of the mass of the testes. So it's not big. It's not a big difference. But this testis will not create a child.
Huh.
So what you do on the juice, you stimulate with the luteinizing hormone, you know, the HCG, HCG, that's or beta HCG, so beta HCG. So you stimulate your testes to produce testosterone.
So what's that? It's like an injection?
Yeah, it's an injection.
You
It
inject
depends
your
on the
balls.
moment on the cycle, you control your ball size. It also creates a situation, also you stimulate with this your estradiol, you stimulate the production of testosterone, so your libido is also like a little bit different than higher. The amount of cum is bigger. Like there's plenty like little topics about that. The knowledge is gigantic about that, right? So when we're talking about exactly the case, I can tell you, but in this situation, there's no scare. That's important. No scare of not having children if you take juice. Even if you take hard steroids, you can always have kids if it's done properly.
Yeah.
The balls are shrinking if you don't take care of them. But if you take care of them, they're not shrinking. I'm not going to show.
Certainly not.
You can before and after we start.
Yeah, man. OnlyFans. I'll open an OnlyFans and make a lot more money.
What else more? What are
So
you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
It's the
When you
other
take
one was to be hooked, which means I don't have a way out.
So I tell you, you have higher dopamine, you feel better, you have more energy, you recover better.
Why would you be out?
Why would you be out? Like, this is, I got inspired not, or like, got affected because I went for training with Dominic Mich plenty years ago, Fallen Ursus. He's an also guy who lives in Dubai now. Hey, Dominic. And he lives in Dubai and he advises how to do it properly. He's also responsible for plenty of existing peptides on the market, which are available in Biolab and in other shops online. Like he was inventing them and bringing them on the market generally because he was one of the smartest people I talked to before, like 20 years ago. And this is a really good guy. There's plenty people who were taking the topic to the next level, and creating a situation that you know what to do one after another in plenty situations, right? So you're not blind in the darkness fully. You go with the path, and it's like a periodization of training. You periodize the cycles. So you do the steroids like the way you want, and you direct it the way you want. Of course, if your lifestyle allows, stress allows, sleeps allows, all that stuff. Like, I don't want to be a daddy who's tired, depressed.
Yeah.
I've been on holidays this year in Croatia, 2 weeks. I've been to the hotel, which is like 5-star. I've seen the fathers, man. I would die, really.
What
like,
did you see?
I see people who I don't want to be.
Interesting.
Right? You look around, like how many fathers actually creates the situation that they deal with the situation that they're fathers. Of course, it's kind of like depending on your financial status, and it creates the situation how much you work, how much you work out, how much of yourself is there. But definitely, if you don't have power to run your family, like they're not gonna be good, and you're gonna be shit. That's not better for the kids and for the wife, right? So if you don't have a choice, you go the right way. So it's
a good angle there.
No, it's an angle. It's just like everybody decides about themselves. I can go into alcoholism because I don't deal with that, or I can go and get a doctor to give me the SSRI, so this antidepressants, and it's still not going to be better for my family. You know, this is your choice, what you do. And you're in this situation, you don't have kids yet.
Well, I am planning, man.
I'm very happy.
I am close, close to the day of, I need to find the mother first. So.
Good luck with that.
Good
I
mother.
hope you will find. No, like I'm saying just that I would not be as good as I am myself in my own opinion. In my own opinion, I would not be as good as I am. I would not live my life right now like I am if I would not juice in proper moment. I would not manage.
Okay. Wow.
Physically. I was active all my life. I finished University of Physical Education with the specialization of pharmacology. So this was biochemistry. So this was actually already kind of the interest of mine then. But it was going through supplementation until the moment that, I started to work out as a trainer, work as a trainer 20 years ago. And I did everything. I did diet. I did training awesome. I was performing awesome. And still I was looking at these guys, the other ones, and they were like, how do they grow? How the hell does it happen? Yeah. No, you'd get to the point that you go to the dark side if you want to, and you're there. But you can always go off if your psychology allows that. No, I have plenty of people who are strictly don't want. They don't want, and that's very respectful. Yeah. Because they don't care so much about this outer look. We're narcissistic, right? We're narcissistic. We want to look better than the others. Instagram is showing all that. You look awesome.
Thank you. So
I want to look better than you.
So. No, it's more about enhancement, especially at the gym. I want to lift more. I want to do more. I want to feel more. And I'll definitely do that when I'm back. I'll talk to our friend Veronica.
Come back.
To get back to the gym and the action. So just to close this beautiful conversation, because
we're already closing. I just started to warm up.
I could see that. And can you share a story with the client that you actually helped take from 0 to 100 or something? Yeah. In terms of supplementation, that you truly changed his life.
Taking from the last months, it's quite easy because there's plenty these changes, right? That people are coming. When you have this moment in your life that you don't know what to do anymore, that you're troubled at home, that you're troubled at work, that you're tired with your lifestyle, and then something bright comes, this is what happens. So generally, I had a client now who totally changed himself. He managed to get out from the toxic relationship. He changed his lifestyle. He had some doubts because hormonally he wasn't ready. After some time, we changed it. I didn't talk him into anything. It was just his own process, right? Okay. His own decision. So he went through the process. He got out from the relationship, out of the toxic relationship. He changed his lifestyle. His body looks awesome. He's around 40, but he looks, I can show you later. He looks awesome. But he was really listening to what I said. There's plenty of people who says they listen and then they go and every week it's I'm not drinking, and then I need to manage. I'm not drinking, but I drink. This doesn't go this way, right? So either you go the direction and you reach the goal, or you're just going aside, right? So
I didn't ask this question. I wanted to ask at the beginning. What actually inspired you to do this, to help people?
When I was young, I was good in everything, but not as good in something to be in professional. So I always was an instructor in something. So I trained people in basketball. I trained in swimming. I was training swimming before. I trained basketball myself, right? So then I went through that. Then I got inspired with the gym and changing body and etc. And it looked like a fun job looking on the United States market. So it's it's going to be fun, right? So I started to be PT. And everybody was saying, but how long you going to be this personal trainer? How long you going to be? This is short work. This is for some time. I'm let's see. I do it for 15 years now. And generally, it's awesome job. You help people. You evolve with them. I have plenty of clients for more than 10 years already. They're constantly coming. They're constantly changing. We're trying to reach another goal, right? We're getting all together.
That's beautiful to witness.
Yeah. And sometimes somebody new comes, the fresh blood, and it's just an awesome process, especially when in a whole pool of people, you have this one person who actually is this project for this year. And this, I always try to find a project for a year, and then this comes around. I do the consultations too, right? So I not only meet people personally, but I also guide them sometimes. So also their processes, which are happening, and this is fun. This is really fun.
Yeah, I could see you love doing this, and I observe you at the gym. I see how you do it. I see how you're training. You're training your clients, and
thank you for this advertise. I don't need one. No, but like the fun part is that what I would like to say loud is that don't be this kind of negative about something you see, because when you go to the gym, you see people who are taking something, enhancing. Like I was enhancing people who never looked like they're enhancing because they wanted to run faster, swim better, move better, recover easier. Just that, no change in the look, right?
Right.
The other way, we were mutating people because they were sick from the childhood. Daddy was beating them, right? So they wanted to be big and mutate, right? So yeah, then you mutate, then you grow. There's a 150 kilo dude, 2 meters, and you're afraid of him. Like, that's also okay. Like, you want it, you get it.
I see.
If you follow the path, this is going to be what you achieve. And the journey depends on the player, right?
Yeah.
So I like to do what I do. I find a joy in that, and I want you to find a joy in our journey together now.
We will, sir. I've seen the result. It's not that bad. If we have to say one last thing to men listening to us today, or to women, I guess my ex inspired this conversation. She said, check your testosterone, which I find inspiring. What would we tell them, to men and women?
To women?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have a lousy, lazy, low libido, fatty, like filthy, not active father of your children, or a person who you live with, either change him or change him.
I see.
Right.
That's a good one. Change him or change him?
I mean, change him to change.
Yeah, I know.
Or
I got
exchange him.
What about men? What can we tell
men? Like I hate to look at the person who's already lost their life when they're 35, and you see this resignation. I have few friends who went through terrible situations with partners. When you see the person who's 35 and 40 and resigned already, like there's nothing for him anymore in this life. He gave away everything, and there's zero joy in life. There's just this work and this depression, this constantly running. Like there's always a way to get out from there. Like it just needs this consistency and a decision. If your life is shit, why would you not get out of this through some kind of journey? Doesn't need to be juice. Just like start doing something into direction which will change it. So there are options. There are doctors, there are trainers. Like if you see somebody who's inspiring, start taking an example. Like you're a great example.
Thank you.
You come, you decide, you're like running your stuff, man. Like, and you decide to do something. You go there, you go. Mm-hmm. I don't like people. You decide, you do. I don't like people who are just like, if I should, or maybe not. And this is a guy.
Yeah, sitting there. Yeah.
And if I should. And if I should, or this is not healthy. They say that this is not healthy. I'm like, yeah, your lifestyle is healthy. Your shit is healthy. This is not true. Like, my blood tests are great. I'm white. I'm super white. Mm-hmm. I have everything fine.
No, I could tell.
I take a lot of supplements too. Like I equal my health. I do the blood check every 3 months.
We didn't talk about.
I do IVs.
Maybe you can give us one last. What are the best supplements I can use? I mean, not me personally, but a man can use today, just to help a little bit to get that
health
first,
or health of boost.
No, to get the boat. I want to get like kickstart the engine.
Normally, health, they will say that it's omega-3.
Yes.
So the healthy fats, right? That's it.
What else?
What else? Like, take your proteins, that's for sure. Yeah, take your creatine if you're training. This is the most tested working supplement in the world, and it helps with neuroprotection. Mm-hmm. So it's great for women also. Yeah. It's actually showing that it's more protective for women's brain against cortisol than male, but it helps male also deal with stress.
I see.
And it also enhances your body and your endurance. So it's ergogenic. Mm-hmm. So it creates more energy out of your mitochondria. So you have more energy. You create more energy out of fat and carbohydrates. You use your reserves better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's creatine, that's proteins, that omega-3 for health, Nah, and
No?
2 more things.
Yeah.
That's 5. That's not much.
All right.
There's
Go ahead.
D3.
E3?
D3.
D3. So
Vitamin D3. A lot of it.
How much?
Oh, a lot of it.
Like how much?
You go online.
I have ones that get 10,000.
No, more. Get more.
More?
Man, it's more. Like if we live in Poland, there's zero light here. You're not exposed to sun. You don't create D. If you don't have D, you're depressed. D is a sun vitamin. It's healthy to have it high. They totally crossed the idea that the D is toxic over some level from 100 and above. It was for plenty years saying that it was toxic. But the results from before 1970s were showing that we were giving kids more. And now the new tests and meta-analyses are showing that even 300 is fine. It's not toxic. There's no toxicity for liver and for kidneys. And you feel great after. So why not to use D in a lot? Especially that here people are not, they're not having D vitamin enough. Especially if you're not traveling, you're not exposed to sun, you sit in the office.
Yeah.
You're electrified in a plus inside the office, right? So you need some kind of stimulation. That's one. So the D vitamin will make you happy. How much you ask? So 50,000 every 3 days to 7. When you make a blood test after 2 months and it's around 100, then you're good. You can get 50,000 pills from iHerb from United States. You can easily import it. Like they send it via plane post, so it's easy to get.
What's the last one?
The B12 or B complex.
B complex. Right.
Why? Was a B?
I think it's in the
nervous system vitamin, right? So if you're overstimulated, it helps with your brain, release less cortisol. You're more efficient at work. You're less reactive to stress. So all these is 5 supplements. If you want to add some adaptogen, add ashwagandha, and you're fine.
I have all these, man.
So no, but this is like a basic. This is just like if I don't know you and you say give me something which is gonna feel better.
I see.
Check it after a month.
Beautiful. Well, Przemek, thank you so much for this awesome episode. I think we got a lot of value out of it.
I hope you're gonna cut properly.
Don't worry, man. You're not gonna be canceled. Don't worry. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you at the gym.
Yes.
We'll start the therapy.
Nice to talk to you. I look forward for more questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again.
Ciao.
All right.